Gente andiamo avanti con la bellissima avventura, o almeno lo spero proprio perché è per iniziato, insomma. Però si presuppone una bellissima avventura con una bellissima ambientazione, quella di Blood and Wine. Avete notato il mio outfit che è leggermente diverso rispetto a quello della partita precedente? Vi spiego subito il perché. Ho semplicemente fatto tutti i punti esclamativi presenti qua a Novigrad, al nord del Welen. Come potete vedere, raga, tutta la mappa è stata liberata da tutti i punti esclamativi, tutto quello che potevo raccogliere e collezionare, o almeno tutti i punti insomma indicati sulla mappa. E niente, insomma, ho affrontato mostri abbastanza tosti, abbastanza tosti, e niente, sono salito un pochino di livello, adesso sono salito di livello, sono a livello 39, mi pare che ero tipo 37 o qualcosa del genere, e quindi niente, continuiamo con le missioni principali. Il mostro di Toussaint, ok, livello 35, si può fare abbastanza facilmente, il Rutiglia non arriva. Ecco. E dirigiamoci, praticamente ci possiamo fare un piccolo riassunto di quello che ci nella parte precedente. C'è questo mostro, ci hanno chiamato appunto per dargli la caccia, proprio perché è un mostro che insomma potrebbe uccidere degli ospiti, ok? E degli ospiti nel regno e potrebbe, se dovesse uccidere e ferire qualcuno, insomma, durante il torneo potrebbe creare gravi problemi di diplomazia. Questo qua è detto proprio brevemente quello che
Sounds like a
è
fight. Have
successo.
to hurry.
Uno
Run,
scontro.
Roach.
Damn it. Killer must still be here.
Adesso magari ce lo prendiamo. Tanto lui non serve più.
Busted ribs, blood from the ears. Took a solid hit.
Non capisco se qui è dove c'era il corpo che dovevamo esaminare, quello che era stato vittima della bestia.
Torn
Però
open by man-like jaws. Man-like, except for long fangs. Massacred by a vampire. Not a Nekimara, though. Or a Fletter. Bruxa. Gotta be. In the cellar. Gotta be.
leggi la voce del bestiario per preparati lo scontro. Ah no, aspetta un attimo. Andiamo. Raga, un po' che non gioco di Witcher, apro il menu opzioni. Bestiario. Questo credo. No, raga, quello lì il mostro che dobbiamo incrociare. Questo qua è un vampiro. Dovrebbe trovarsi qui. Non credo di averlo letto.
Blood and moon dust. Could be
Sangue nero
lifesavers.
e polvere lunare. Sangue nero e polvere lunare. Allora, vediamo un attimo. Ah no, raga, il mostro è questo. Ok, credo che sia proprio questo il mostro. Quindi polvere lunare come bombe, unguento antivampiri e sangue nero. Irden. Ok, ci possiamo equipaggiare con tutto. Vediamo Irden. Vediamo un attimo. Unguento antivampiri, lo mettiamo alla spada d'argento. Polvere lunare, raga, non possiamo farla. Costruiamo questa. Polvere lunare non ce l'abbiamo e neanche sangue nero, quindi lo affrontiamo così con l'unguento.
Footprints. Small bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar. Fell down the stairs. Broke his neck.
Ok, è andato da quella parte. Perlustiamo brevemente di qua. Non c'è nulla però.
Hurled against the wall with great force. Took a lot of strength to batter this down.
Sta succhiando il sangue.
You. Saw you at the inn.
Madonna, lei.
I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood.
È anche bella.
We don't have to fight.
You are wrong.
I cannot let you leave.
Ok, ora è brutta. Allora aspetta un attimo. Yarden. Ok. Questo mettiamo via. È molto veloce, raga. Quindi dobbiamo cercare di rallentarla. Cerchiamo di restare qua dentro. Madonna. Aia. Vieni, vieni, vieni. È morta, raga, è morta. Catroia.
Blood.
Recuperava la stava recuperando la salute bevendo.
Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the table, though? Stinks.
Questo era il cadavere che dovevamo esaminare, però credo che l'abbia completamente distrutto.
Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast.
Gli ho messo delle monete nella gola.
Body was chopped up
Cioè, un
after death.
borsello.
Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this.
Ok, lei non c'entra niente, c'è ancora qualcun altro.
A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
Concludi ispezione, esamina testa, però l'ho già fatto.
Nothing interesting besides the person is...
Concludi.
So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm?
Sarà qualche vampiro
Now
superiore.
shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? Why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
E effettivamente, oltretutto, cioè, è morto in modo ambiguo, direi, no? Cioè, non era un discorso semplicemente di un bersaglio che doveva essere ucciso, qualcuno che poteva avere informazioni importanti, magari che voleva essere fatto tacere, insomma. È stato ucciso anche con un metodo particolare, quindi in modo molto strano. E insomma, un pochino questa metodologia potrebbe essere causata dalla creatura, no? I tagli. Però il borsello nella gola, perché buttargli un borsello nella gola? Quindi dove ci dirigiamo? Andiamo al palazzo, credo. Sì? È questo? No, non è qua. Vabbè, ci dirigiamo. Viaggiamo un pochino. Magari faccio vedere qualche passeggiata, qualche scampagnata anche a cavallo, perché secondo me merita questa ambientazione, come del resto tutto,
Run, Roach.
tutto quello di, insomma, anche, insomma, le altre parti del gioco, insomma, non è che, insomma, diciamo che, quante volte ho detto insomma, però diciamo che comunque The Witcher è un gioco che a livello di ambientazione, insomma, ha tanto da dire, ecco. Adesso eviterò di dire insomma per un'altra volta, ve lo giuro.
Move it.
Qui c'è un torneo. Non si può entrare.
Faster.
È tipo un'arena, qua combattono. Oh, c'è un fabbro. Ah, ma è qui che dobbiamo scendere. Allora andiamo. Anzi no, vendiamo un po' di roba al fabbro. Eccolo. Ma è lui?
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Palmerin, what about the story of Rittik and the dragon?
The tale's for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Sì, la virtù trionfa sempre. No, vince il più forte. Non sempre, ma è meglio essere buoni. Non sempre, ma è meglio essere buoni.
Not always. Could go either way. Sometimes virtue wins, sometimes villainy gets the upper hand. Still worth being good.
But why? If it doesn't mean you'll win.
Palmerin's story. Think back. A decent man attracts other good folk, makes friends he can count on. A rogue? Well, he can only count on other rogues. And who would you rather have for a friend?
A man of virtue?
I must agree. Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar with only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Non andrebbe torturato così.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells bouncing from your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher?
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this. Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's capture a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go.
Ci fanno vedere lo scontro. Interessante.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Mo schiatta. È bendato, raga. È come i tori in Spagna, che fanno i rodei e uccidono. Sono un po' animalista io, sono contro queste cose. Ecco, si è sganciato, è mosso cazzi. Affrontalo ora se sei uomo. Ma perché dobbiamo aiutarlo, povero mostro? Porca vacca.
Its plans confound! The fate of the beast has been weighed by the gods! Soon the witcher shall triumph against the odds!
No, carica. Raga. Ma fa malissimo. Adesso si fa il mazzo, lo dico io. Oh. Vediamoci. Belli i combattimenti, sembrano più dinamici rispetto a... Cioè il movimento dei mostri sembra più dinamico. Non ne faccio niente. Cioè, solamente davanti può essere scoperto. A meno che ne do un colpetto di yard che magari... Ok, lo sbilancio leggermente, ma anche un axe secondo me potrebbe funzionare. Lo stimino. No, allora serve yard. Così magari riesco a sbloccarlo. No! Raga, mi è morto. Ma perché non sei andato via? Dai, vieni col pezzo. E niente raga, ma quando è così non si può. Ora. Non sono riuscito a salvarlo. L'ho salvato dal mostro nella prima partita. Se le va a cercare. Da gigante la prima partita, ma è ancora in pericolo, che cazzo. Stai a casa a giocare ai videogiochi, no? E adesso la tua principessa me la cappo io. Wow.
Do what you must. Finish the deed.
Risparmia. A me dispiace.
No need to kill it.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Geralt the Merciful! Pikeman, see to the beast.
E che cazzo l'ho risparmiato a fare allora, raga?
Forgive me. I am not as nimble as in my younger years.
You fought bravely. Thanks for your help.
Ma questo non è morto, il coglionazzo.
The lad came damned close to dying.
Lo chiameremo il coglionazzo questo.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Combatto contro uno scivolo, ma non posso idea a farlo per divertimento.
Your Grace. Shalemars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who
Ma che
slew the
gloria
monster.
che li ha presi di senza
What
ragione.
about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear,
Non praticamente
you
mi
will
stai
be
dicendo,
generously
fatti i
compensated
cazzi
for
tuoi
completing another task altogether.
e fai quello che ti dico. Contratto, vai.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him. Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
Beh, le dispiace.
Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings.
Mi servono due cose, informazioni e l'accesso al laboratorio. Mi dispiace dirlo, ma la Bruxa ha ucciso alcune guardie. Vabbè, servono
I
informazioni.
examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Le leggende sono vere, solitamente i Witcher chiedono quello che si trova a casa, ma non quello che ci si aspettava. Ma che vuol dire? Non ho capito. Non sempre.
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture,
Ma che
Your
ci ha dato
Grace.
un villaggio?
Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
Lo sappiamo della... Della prima base prendi la seconda. Ok, vabbè, tutti e due dobbiamo farle. Prima vittima.
How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Ok. La seconda.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
Ok, la sorta di vendetta potrebbe anche spiegare, raga, perché il tizio aveva i soldi nella gola. Magari è proprio una sorta di vendetta ridicolizzando le proprie vittime. Entrambe le vittime erano cavalieri non più giovani.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir della Stinci.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
Honor, wisdom, generosity, valor and compassion.
La bestia condena il declino morale, perché queste virtù... Vabbè, vediamo.
Five virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the fourth virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunts shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years.
Potrebbe essere il prossimo bersaglio.
Of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
Devo trovare Milton. Cosa significa? Che significa un gruppo?
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often...
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead. Your Grace, we need to find Milton immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
Ok, raga. Ma adesso se c'è un momento di stallo io... È tutta la merda. Che faccio? Ma che fa? Si denuda, vostra grazia. Non ci faccio vedere le pop... Già le guarda il culo.
What the hell? Why I should... Your Highness, I...
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward!
Si è tolto la gonnella,
Hey, that is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Ma che... E lui l'assassino. Che bello, raga. Che posto magnifico.
Your Grace seems right at home in the saddle.
Raga, sembra una sequenza piuttosto lunga e interessante, quindi direi che ci vediamo al prossimo video. Io spero che questo vi sia piaciuto. Se vi è piaciuto il canale, con un piacere e iscrizione. Ci vediamo alla prossima. Bello.